Alright, so that was a short video I did in Japan using the Thypoch Simera-c lenses for Sony E-mount. I've paired them with my Sony ZV-E1, and honestly kind of feels like cheating to have such a small and lightweight yet so powerful cinema kit in my hands during my travels. And in Japan I had the 21, the 28, 35, 50 and 75, which is the full Simera-c kit. And it's been 2 months now that I have these lenses. After Japan, I flew straight to New Zealand and shot with them in every single condition and scenario you can imagine. And it's time for review, so let's jump straight into it. Alright, so the first thing that comes to mind when I think about these lenses are their size and their weight. Thinking of cinema lenses, to have something so good and so powerful in this size and in this weight is honestly unreal. I can easily carry the 5 lenses of the kit in my backpack and still doesn't feel heavy. So that's a big win, especially for people that travel and have productions. They're not like in a studio, they have exterior productions and they're on the move all the time. All of them have a very similar size and weight. So if you're doing some gimbal work or if you're working on a bigger production, that comes really handy. The second point would be image quality. These lenses are sharp, they're very sharp, but they're not overly digital, which is common to find in regular and modern lenses in cameras these days. So the contrast is really good, the colors are very neutral, straight out of camera. So it's very easy to work with these files on post. They also have a very nice cinematic feel. The bokeh is really soft, the focus is very smooth, and they have just the right amount of character. My third point would be the flare and shooting backlight. Well, shooting backlight is basically the filmmaker's best friend when it comes to cinematic images. And I've always loved shooting backlight, but depending on the lens, the flare can get really weird. And I felt like with these ones, the flare is incredibly beautiful. They're not too intense, but they're still very cinematic. There's no weird ghosting, and the contrast holds up really well, especially in shooting golden hour or even at night with artificial lights. The fourth point would be compatibility. Having these in E-mount makes it incredibly easy to pair with my Sony kit. So this is, as I said, my ZV-E1. It's a very small and powerful cinema camera, and not needing an adapter to use these lenses in this body feels amazing. And as you can see, this size again almost feels like cheating that this is a cinema kit. These lenses are manual focus, so it's not for everyone. The focus is really smooth though, and I feel like with a few days of using these lenses, you get used to it. To be honest, the first 2 or 3 days were hard for me, since I'm not very used to shoot with manual lenses. But after the 3rd or 4th day, it was basically an extension of my hands. The focus feels very smooth and very precise. So even if you're on the go, it feels very easy to get the focus right. So my 5th and last point in this review is actually a downside, but it doesn't really apply for everyone. And it's not necessarily about the lens, but it's about having prime lenses. If you're a running gun filmmaker, as I am, if you travel a lot, if the conditions are changing, if the light is changing, having to change lenses all the time can be a struggle, and having a zoom lens can be way easier, and you have way more flexibility to shoot and to have different focal lengths in a very short amount of time. I can easily sacrifice that for the image quality, and this is my first prime kit, and I'm 100% sure that I'm keeping it. And I'm not gonna say never, but it's gonna be really hard for me to go back to zoom lenses again to shoot films. So yeah, that's just something to consider depending on your shooting style. If you want to have a prime kit or not. I could honestly have one, for example, a 24-70 that would cover the same focal length as the 5 lenses that I have. But again, I would sacrifice the flexibility for image quality. So overall, this kit really impressed me, and I'm very, very happy with it. Overall, I think it's a very solid choice for filmmakers that want to achieve that cinematic look without having to carry very heavy gear. So the combination of the image quality, the size, and the weight, and how easy it is to control the images in post makes just the perfect combination for everyone who's looking to step up their filmmaking game. So I hope you have enjoyed this review. I still have so much footage to go through, and if you enjoyed this, make sure you subscribe and keep an eye out on the channel. Probably all my next videos I'm gonna post will be filmed with these lenses. So if you have interested in buying or renting one of these, just keep an eye out on the future videos. If you have any questions, feel free to drop in the comments, and I'll catch you on the next one.